Hello, Jon Markee here, founder and CEO of MyBuilderCPA, and now I'm going to talk about 1099s. Oh my goodness, what a topic. Our internal Loom video here is titled something like 1099s the ugliest, and it goes on for more than an hour. It is a bit absurd. So I'll try to give you a quick overview. So basically the 1099 law came around 2010 or so under like the Small Business Jobs Act. And Congress has just kind of elaborated on it from there. So basically anyone who provides services to you who's paid $600 or more cumulatively during the calendar year, and they get paid by cash, check, debit, or ACH, all of those people need to get a 1099 from you. People who might be exempt from receiving a 1099 would be people who sold you goods, not services, and people that you paid with credit card, not any of the other payment methods I mentioned before. So why is Congress doing this? Well, there's been a little bit too much activity in this country of under the table payments. So now Congress wants everyone to pay their fair share of tax. And I guess they've identified service providers like me right here. We are the most likely to do work, accept payment, and never declare any of that income. So in order to generate a 1099, I need your help as the client in collecting everyone's W-9. And I really need you to do this before you ever pay that subcontractor or that vendor to start with. Once they get paid, they're probably never going to reply to you with their W-9 if it's just a once in a lifetime transaction. So it's really critical that you get that W-9 in advance and send it to us. The good news is that W-9s never expire. So once you have it, it's good forever. But when you do send it, make sure that you're sending it using an encrypted method, such as our client portal, where you can upload it securely instead of sending it through email, which the IRS has deemed too not secure, and it's not encrypted. So a lot of times these W-9s have sensitive information such as a social security number or an EIN, and that really has no business going through email. Let's talk about the overall filing schedule. So throughout the year, as you're doing business, please be collecting W-9s from any new vendors before they get their initial payment. And then we on our team make every effort to enter these W-9s for you into QuickBooks. You might also want to keep them in your job software, such as Buildertrend or JobTread or whatever you're using, so that you have them there in the tool that you use on a daily basis. But the reason we put them into QuickBooks is because we can enter their taxpayer ID number and we can attach the W-9 right there. And at the end of the year, there's a nice little module inside QuickBooks Online where we can go to click and prepare the 1099s. Now, why would we use that feature instead of something where we calculate on our own? Maybe we can run reports and see how much was paid to each and every vendor. And a lot of times there's tools like Track 1099 or Tax 1099, and they're a lot cheaper than QuickBooks. So why do we do QuickBooks? Well, when I mentioned before the payment method, so say you have a service provider and you cut them a check initially and then you switch to credit card halfway through the year. Then it becomes the credit card issuer's responsibility to issue a 1099K at the end of the year. So we don't want to overstate the value on 1099s. So by using QuickBooks and properly marking the right payment method, it will automatically factor out any payments that you sent by credit card. So that's the number one reason we still use QuickBooks Online for that. Something a lot of new clients don't realize also is that 1099s have to be filed with the recipient by January 31st of the following year. It is not April 15th. It's not a traditional tax deadline. So there is a little bit more of an accelerated pace for 1099s. So you really should have all W-9s by the end of the current calendar year so that we can get 1099s out by January 31st. If you get confused between what a W-9 is and a 1099, the W-9 is what tells us the information we need to know in order to determine if we have to file the 1099. And then the 1099 comes later when we actually need to report how much was paid to that service provider or that vendor. I also have had situations where clients beg me to send out 1099s during the first week of January. And sometimes I've even given in and done it, and then we reconcile the books and we find out the dollar amounts on the 1099s were incorrect. So the last thing I want to do is have to file amended or corrected 1099s. So don't anticipate seeing your 1099s before your books are closed. So that's consistent with your service plan here with MyBuilderCPA. Whatever day you're scheduled to receive your month-end close reports, that will probably also be the day in January when your 1099s are available. So if you have any other questions about W-9s or 1099s, don't hesitate to reach out. There's a ton of material here, but I want to keep it as simple as possible for you, the client, and we handle the complexity on your behalf. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.